Well, I honestly, my reason for doing the interview right now is I'm not certain how many more years I'm going to continue traveling doing this. I'm doing an average of about 150,000 miles every year. I love doing the seminars, but it gets very tiring living out of a suitcase. I mean, I'm traveling all over Australia and New Zealand and Singapore and Russia and South America, and it's just, you know, and I have a beautiful wife at home that I rarely get to see. I mean, last year I was on the road 8 months out of 12, which is incredible. So I think I'm hoping that the work that I've done, the methodology that I've created, will survive beyond me. One of the things people say is, why don't you put it in a book? I haven't found that a book conveys what the seminar experience does, and you know, you're living proof of that. So yes, for those people who are like, should I do it, should I not do it, all I can tell you is, come along, do the experience for yourself, because you're then going to be in the same position that Thomas is. That Thomas says to me, I want to do a video about this because it's not enough that I've done it, and I now want to tell other people about it. And I really honestly do believe that anything that's new, that's different, takes a long time for people to really get into motion, and changes always happen from the people up. It happens from the bottom up. They don't generally come from the top down. So, you know, most of the people come to the seminar is by word of mouth. And today, well, YouTube, Facebook, you know, all these other social media things, that is how people communicate to one another. And, you know, obviously we can reach more people by doing something like this, and at least get them the opportunity to look into it more deeply and see whether it is something that, you know, works for them. All I would say to you is, if you have always had the dream to do music and you felt maybe it's too late, maybe I'm not gifted enough, maybe I don't have the time, throw that all away. You can. It's doable. Yeah, you're living proof.
That's also the nice thing, like with the 10-minute exercise every day. And I cut it also down to 1 minute. I said, okay, I will only do 1 minute. I have to get out soon, I have a date or something. But just 1 minute.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
The secret that I teach is repetition. Repetition. That's how we take on board most of the things that we do naturally in our life. We do it with repetition. And as I say, 10 minutes every day will actually give you a better result than doing 3 hours once a week. Makes no sense mathematically, but it works out in practice. So now, as Thomas has just said, 1 minute, 10 times a day would actually produce a better result than 10 minutes once a day. And that sounds incredible, but it actually works. I always say most people would love to put music into their lives. Most of us don't have an opportunity to put our lives into music. So we've got to get very clever about how we put music into our lives in a way that it doesn't overwhelm everything else that we're trying to do.